Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that we received. If you have any confession that you want to share with us, please feel free to come to my inbox. The message reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story? Yes, I do sleep with women. Mainly, I sleep with South African women because this is the place where I am staying. If I go back home, if I meet a woman that loves money, that wants to sleep with my snake, even if she does not know, then yeah, I will sleep with him. But mostly the women that I am associating myself with, they are South African women, and I have to sleep with them so as to feed my snake with their bodily fluids that comes out of their private parts at the time when we will be busy making love. So my snake will be just next to where we would be, and it will be licking and eating the fluids that will be coming out of her private parts. You want the truth? Okay, let me give it straight to you. I'll give it raw. You'll just call me Kelvin, and I am someone who runs a business here in Joburg. So I do sell cars. I buy these cars. Some of them, they will be accident damaged cars. Then I sell them at a higher price. But mostly this is just a business that I do so as to make sure that on paper I can have a business, but the money that I have, like in general, it is the money that is given to me by my snake. Yes, I have a South African ID. You can complain all that you want. I have so many properties that I do own. I have people that pay rent to me, and I also pay my tax right in time. I drive what most of the brothers here will wish to drive. And yes, I sleep with women. Those are the rituals that I have to follow in order for me to keep on making money. When I sleep with a woman, it is not only about love making, but it is about taking her good luck spiritually. I feel nothing when I started doing this, because the first woman that I slept with, it was back in my home country in Nigeria. I felt so sorry for that single woman because all that she wanted was money. She had no food in her home. When I picked her up, I thought that she was nothing but a prostitute, but it turned out that it was her first day as a prostitute, and probably a last, because I had been told that the first victim, she was going to suffer from cervical cancer for the rest of her life. She will know no peace at all. I picked her up and she took me to her place. When we got to her place, she had 2 kids that were sleeping, and she said, let us sleep on the bed. And we slept together on the bed, and I saw that she had nothing. She told me that her husband had gone to Italy to find work on the farms, and ever since he had left Lagos, she was not even sure if he was still alive, if he had reached the destination, because some of the people from the same community where she stayed had been sending money as well as speaking with their wives. But as for her husband, no one had a clue as to what had happened to her. She was even scared that maybe he had drowned in the sea. I felt so sorry, but the deed was supposed to be done. And I said, if I feel sorry for her, then who is going to feel sorry for me? For no one is going to give me a second chance. So I ended up sleeping with that woman, and I used her womb for the first rituals. So I returned back to South Africa, and most of these ladies that I date, the easiest ones, these ones that are going to government colleges. Those are the easiest one because they do come from poor backgrounds. Most of them, they love it when they have a blesser that they would have met. And the good thing about South Africa is that the technology, it is so powerful. It is easy for you to date countless women that you meet on Facebook, on different dating websites, and they are addicted to Tinder, these South Africans. And I call it my own hunting grounds. That is where I go and look for desperate young women. They usually come to people like me because they want data, they want nails, iPhones. Some of them, they are scammers. Some of them, they are real women that are just looking for love, and I give them love, affection, and I still their good luck spiritually. Most of them, they want a good lifestyle, but they don't know that Mine, it is a good lifestyle, a soft lifestyle that comes with a death package. Yes, if you open your legs for me, I can give you 1,000 rands. But when you go to bed, know that all of your dreams, your hopes are taken. It is not a nice thing for a person to be in a situation where they have no hope, because once you do not have hope, then you are no longer living at all. There is a place where my hatred started. My hatred for South African women started. It was in the year 2013. Let me tell you the truth, that broke me down. In 2013, I traveled to Nigeria for 3 weeks to bury my mother. I left my Xhosa wife in charge of our business. We were married. Yes, legally married. I trusted her, gave her access to everything because we had a child. When I came back, 400k was gone from my account. Oh my God. She even went with this other cross-border tracker and they even threatened me with a gun. So it was really painful for me. They used my money to buy a taxi because I knew that she was the one that was making me to be legal in South Africa. I could not divorce her. What else could I do? Even though I knew that she had this boyfriend, but I was staying with her. I was like a nobody to her until I spoke with one of my friends whom I knew very well was an occultist who was back home in Nigeria. Currently is living in America. So me and him, we spoke for a very long time and I told him everything that had happened to me here in South Africa. He was like, shame, my brother, you need to come back. For everything that she has done to you, God is going to bless you even 4 or 5 times. I was on the next plane flying back to Nigeria. I was taken to this other occult club and I was assisted by a priestess who had a single breast in the middle of her chest, and I slept with her whilst my friends and some of his occult club members were watching me. So that was one of the ritual that I performed. Then I was told that I was supposed to sacrifice the womb of a woman. So without even bathing my manhood, without bathing for 2 straight days, I was then given some money to look for a prostitute that I was going to use in those rituals. That was when I met that poor woman. There was nothing that I could do. I used her womb and I returned back to South Africa. I have not divorced my Xhosa wife. She is still with me. She is addicted to me because I use charms on her. It's like someone who has lost her mind. I am punishing her for stealing my money. So this is what I have been doing. I sleep with countless women, and to those that hate me, I don't care. Cry harder. I am here legally. I have a citizenship here. I own properties. I vote. I don't even care. Even if you hate me, you can hate me as much as you can. Where was everyone when my wife took 400k from my bank account? I was treating her well. I was a hard-working man, never dealt in drugs in my entire life, but that was the witchcraft that she did to me, and she made me to become a ritualist. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was forwarded to me by one of our admin. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.